Greetings, friends. It's Josh.
And I'm Ryan.
And it's Matt.
Matt's back.
Matt's back.
I'm here.
For another special episode of Dead Tired Dad's podcast.
Why is it special when I'm here? What are you trying to say?
That you're very special now.
I knew that. Yeah, my mom said so, but...
Well, it's special because it's different. We're
So now I'm different. Okay, all right.
Well, yes, we're all different. Don't you know?
Yeah, definitely. I feel it.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
So everyone show Matt some love because he clearly needs it.
Still alive. That's a good sign.
Yeah, it's still alive, still here with us, which is good. Ryan is also here,
I'm here.
and he's
I made
there.
it.
So it's Thanksgiving week, and so
That's right.
it's Black Friday today. So if you're
The shopping holiday.
usually these episodes come out like at 2. I have them like scheduled to go out at like 2 a.m.
Oh,
so
perfect.
Perfect
like,
timing. You're
if,
already
like,
awake.
You're
waiting in the
sitting
parking
in
lot.
line right
if
now
you're
at Best Buy.
excited.
you could be standing in line listening.
Oh, perfect.
So
Strapping on the boxing gloves.
If you listen to this fast enough, you might actually be able to alter your shopping plans before you get in the store.
Because
Boom.
what we're gonna do today, again on this very special episode of the Dead Tired Dads podcast, is talk about our Christmas wish lists.
Yeah.
The episode where
Yay.
Josh's heart grows 5 times the size.
Yes, because I'm the Grinch here. Sure.
I didn't even think that that's what I was insinuating, but I guess I am.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah. That wasn't the intention.
Okay. Hey, I'm okay with it. I'm down with it. I love Christmas, but
I just had to throw a reference in there since, we're getting so close. We're almost there.
It's almost time.
Somehow, I'm saying goodbye to 2021 before you know it.
it went too fast,
Yeah.
and yet it was not fast enough.
Somehow. Simultaneous.
Yeah. So, Ryan,
Josh.
why don't you tell us your Christmas wish list?
Oh, man. All right. Me
I'm gonna
first,
ask you
huh?
to start. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you to go for it.
Okay, I've got a bunch of stuff on here that doesn't make any sense, but it's a wish list. The first thing on my list, and we kind of talked about this last week. The first thing on my Christmas wish list is Halo Infinite,
Okay.
but I don't have an Xbox
So
of any kind, not just a Series X. I don't have an Xbox One. I have no Xbox in my house.
So shouldn't the first thing on your wish list be
It should probably be an
an
Xbox.
Xbox of some
Yeah,
sort?
It probably
Like
should be.
an Xbox. Like it could
Yeah.
be an original
Any
Xbox.
kind.
Any Xbox needs to be
That
on
thing
your
that was like 20 pounds and
Yes.
as big as a briefcase,
and most
suitcase,
of
briefcase.
them all of them have like disk drive issues now. Like
It's true.
the disk tray won't open. You have to open it up and like get sued by Microsoft to fix it.
No, and that's kind of why I mentioned that game, because I do want an Xbox Series X, and Josh knows that because we've talked about it quite a bit.
Ad
But
infinitum.
I just, I'm a dead tired dad. I work, I have 2 kids, I have a wife, I have all that fun stuff that's more important. And so, $500 right now for a console when I have 2 others that are working perfectly fine, I can't justify. So it's definitely on the wish list.
So
but-
$60 on a game that you can't play.
no, I'm not gonna get the game either. It's just a stupid wish list that doesn't make sense. But someone is hearing this right now, and they're gonna go inside to Best Buy and pre-order it, or wherever they're waiting in line for, because if I didn't mention it, how would anyone know that Halo existed?
Right. Sure. People need to know.
So how are we gonna do this? You want me to give my whole list,
Yeah,
or
go-
we just rotate, take turns?
Just go through your whole list.
All right, the second one, I really, really want, and this one does make sense, Pokemon Legends Arceus. It doesn't come out till January though, so I'm gonna have to save back some gift cards.
Okay.
Is that
My-
the newest for Switch?
Yeah. So there's some that come out.
That's what I thought. Something's coming out like November,
November,
December.
yeah. It's Brilliant Diamond, but
sounds
it's the remake.
Oh, it's a remake. It's not the new one.
Right.
Okay.
It's
okay.
it's a remake of an old one. So
Yeah.
it's an old one that I never played, but I'm more interested in the new one.
Right.
So my dad almost always gets me a gift card to either Best Buy or GameStop for Christmas, so that's probably what I'll use it on.
Nice.
One that's already out, Far Cry 6, looks pretty good. I kind of want to play that one. And then as I got here, I discovered from Josh that his list doesn't just strictly stick to video games. So I put something on mine that I really, really want, and it's just out there. It's wild.
Okay.
I mentioned a few weeks ago that I'm a hunter, outdoorsman. I like to do that stuff.
Sure.
I want a crossbow.
That is out there.
It's out there.
You want a crossbow.
I want a crossbow.
That'd be kind of fun. That'd be, yeah.
It would be fun.
So with crossbow, like, are you planning on hunting with the
Oh,
crossbow?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So it's not just for medieval, like, battles.
It's not just
Like,
for
it's not-
vampire hunting.
Okay,
It is for
We're
hunting.
ready for the zombie apocalypse.
That's right.
You're ready.
Yeah.
No, so
Where I'm going,
I
what
won't
happens.
get off on a hunting tangent, but yeah, if you do any form of archery, you get a much longer hunting season. So that's the reason for.
And I assume like a crossbow is much easier than doing like a compound.
It
bow.
is much easier, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's correct.
you know my knowledge of crossbows is pretty extensive. I gotta say.
I can tell.
Because
I
I
can
know
tell.
like you used to have like. So do they have the cranks still like they used to have?
They
where you,
do.
like, have to, like,
They do
crank
still
it
have
back?
those, but they're much easier to use.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like all I know is like medieval crossbows where it's like
No,
you have to like crank it back and then like pull it like and then it's like
Yeah.
reload, crank it, hurry.
No, they
it's
do still have
problematic.
those. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Anyway,
yeah, that's my
Christmas
Christmas wish list. Yeah.
all I want for Christmas is you.
So see, if you're standing in line at Best Buy right now, I've given you something, and if you're standing in line at Cabela's right now, I've given you something.
So this is a special episode for Ryan's family, who is clearly up at 3 a.m.
Right now,
waiting in line for him. So, all right. Well, we'll just go in a line here because this is the order that we're sitting in. I'll go next. I only have a few things on mine because honestly, like I'm pretty easy to shop for. All of my stuff is easy to get. It's just all really expensive. That just tends to be my like all of my hobbies.
I feel that. My wife feels
yeah.
that too.
Like everyone knows exactly what I want. No one can afford to buy it for me. That's just how it
Yep.
goes. So, my Christmas and birthday lists are usually pretty short because it's like I just want these really big things that are like wicked expensive. So I'll just go through a few of the I do have a few games on my list this year. Biggest one I would say right now is we talked about it last week with Matt. Age of Empires 4. Like,
yeah.
it's on Game Pass, and so I've got access to it through that. But that's one of those things that I feel like I need to own. I have to like have it, like just having it available. Right, exactly. Just having it available to stream is not enough. Like, being able to say like, yes, I have that game. But, and there's a lot of games that I feel like are like that. We could get on a tangent on that for sure. Of just like, there's certain things that like, even though it's available everywhere, like readily and easily, like I just
You still just want to own it
want
physically.
I want to have the physical. Even though anymore, games for a computer you can't get physical copies of.
So true.
Grumble,
Complain.
So yeah, so that would be Age of Empires 4. That would be my first one. The next one has been out for a little while at this point, but there's a series of games that are Zelda games that are kind of mixed. I can't remember the Dynasty Warriors. It's a mix of Zelda and Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, like Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh yeah, those look good.
So Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
The new one
is a newish. It came out I think last year but it kind of gives the backstory to Breath of the Wild, and it's very cool.
It
Yeah,
does?
yeah.
Excuse me, I need to add something to my Christmas list.
Yeah. So you
Give
play
me
as the
1
different. I had the original Hyrule Warriors game on the Wii U. And I thought it was just a lot of fun. It was a very cool dynamic, and it's just very different than anything that you've seen in a Zelda game before. But like I said, that one's been out for a little while, and something that I've wanted to get, but just haven't, taken the opportunity to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna buy that. And I know there's a lot downloadable content for it, and some cool stuff with that. Sorry, I'm dying here. And then another everything basically that I know right now is either on PC or Switch. I have neglected my PS4. So like I have not been paying a lot of attention to games that are coming out. So and all of the ones that I want are games that have actually kind of been out for a little bit of time. But there's a new a game, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like Game Garage or something like that. That's like a game builder. Like you go through, you
like
go
RPG
in,
Maker type
like,
thing.
Yeah, so it's like the Mario Maker,
Mm-hmm.
except it's just like you can make whatever game you want to make. Like you can just make a game, and it teaches you like kind of how that works and how to code and things like that, and make levels and platformer type levels and things like that. So just a fun little. I like video games that actually we talked about this a couple weeks ago with Rocksmith. How I think that video games are a great channel and a great vehicle for actually teaching things. And the more that we can get into games that do that, I think it's really important, and I think it's really cool. And so if I can play a game and actually kind of be picking up some kind of skill with it, even if it's a skill that I'm not necessarily going to use, I think that is really cool. So that one, like I said, I can't think of the exact name of it, but it's like Game Garage or something like that. But it's something Nintendo actually came out with.
Very interesting.
And then, kind of on tangent from there, there is, so last year, Lego and Nintendo partnered to come out with the original NES Lego
very awesome. Yep.
set, which was so cool.
That thing
I got
is
it.
so cool.
I bought it for myself for my birthday. Like I said, it was very expensive. So like I said, everything that I want for Christmas and birthday is just always expensive, and it's always so. So they just came out with a new like Nintendo question block thing.
Oh yeah,
that looks really cool. It has like all different levels from Mario 64 that kind of so it like you build the block and then like the levels like unfold from the top of it. So just a really cool thing. It's like $160. So not cheap for, like anything Lego is. But yeah, so that would be, another thing that, the kind of the fourth thing on my list, and basically anything Lego, that is out there, I would be perfectly happy with receiving as a Christmas gift.
That's true. Yeah.
I love Lego things.
Just anything with the word Lego on
Absolutely.
it is a good gift.
Isn't it crazy that they were almost out of business? Like they almost went bankrupt in the 90s, and now they've just exploded in popularity.
And now they have entire aisles at stores that are just dedicated to Lego.
You can't even keep in like action figures because no one buys them, but Lego is like constant selling.
They did whatever they did to change their business model. It worked very well.
Absolutely.
And they've got this whole new thing like Adults Welcome, where it's like all the like these more like fine-tuned Lego things that are like more just very good stuff coming out from them, and the different partnerships that they've got. Like we talk a little bit about nerd stuff on here, and so like they've got stuff with Marvel, they've got stuff with Star Wars
down pat for sure.
They've got all kinds of different partnerships. So
my son has a ton of the Lego Marvel stuff, a ton of it. He loves it.
So yeah, that's that kind of goes through my list there.
All right, it's my turn.
Matt's turn.
Can I sit in your lap, Josh?
Yeah, absolutely. Come
on.
Ho ho ho.
Oh my. So, get your I was about to say pumpkin spice, but we moved past that. So get your what's peppermint mocha
time?
Yeah, there we go. You can throw that on.
Or just get your eggnog, whatever.
Get your eggnog. So this is kind of funny. I'm going on a tangent, but I like doing that sometimes. Where I grew up in the South, we had something that we always called Christmas milk, which was just us being kids, but it's boiled custard. Have you guys ever had this? Because when I moved to Kentucky, no one knew what it was.
I've never heard of it, but I'm so intrigued right now.
And you drink it cold. It's like drinking melted ice cream is exactly what it is. It's a consistency and flavoring. But you can buy it. Some Kroger's have it here in Kentucky. but it's called boiled custard. And anywhere I've ever been, they're like, "What is that? I've never heard of that." But it's just something we always grew up with.
So here in
Christmas
Kentucky,
time
we can
comes.
go and find this
You can
boiled
find
custard.
boiled custard. It's just like in a milk carton.
All right,
and you
I'm
just
buying
drink
it.
So
Mm.
I grew up
melted
further,
ice cream.
I grew up further south
Yeah.
than you, and this is not something that I'm familiar
I don't know
with,
what it
so
is. I don't know if it's a family thing or if it's just a. But growing up, we always said every Christmas we always said Christmas milk, quote
Christmas
unquote.
Christmas milk.
But it's just
Wow.
boiled custard. But it's like melted ice cream. Some of you guys may know. If you do, please just let us know. Right? It's like, hey, you're not alone in this.
Yeah, let us know if you've heard of Christmas milk or boiled custard.
Still
Wow.
not the same. Like when I grew up, it was like a certain. I think it was even Turner Dairy, if that's even around anymore. But they had like a specific brand that was really, really good where I grew up. The one I had here in Kentucky, well, it's okay. It wasn't as good,
Yeah.
but it's still it's in the season of it's just okay. But anyway, yeah, I don't know why I thought of that, but as we were talking about drinks, I was like, you know what I miss?
Huh.
You know what I miss? Back in my day, we boiled our custard. We didn't egg our nog, so never been a fan of eggnog. If that's for you, that's for you. Whatever. All right,
Me either.
yeah, weird, right?
I don't know.
So
Take it or leave it.
wish list. So I assume we're just doing this podcast just to send to our wives, right? So they can be like, "Hey, what did he want? Here you go. It's on his
Matt,
podcast."
it was a secret.
So listen. So no, this is how we do it, right? Like listen to their podcast and you'll find out.
Really,
Share it with your family and your friends, and you'll find out exactly what they want.
you know
It's
what?
true.
I was really hoping that some random listener would come on, would like get on and like send this stuff to us. Like
Josh's
your way.
address is.
that was really the
By the
hope.
way,
Like,
that's gonna be great because every year our family's like, "Can you send us your wish list?" I'm like, "Yeah, go download the podcast.
All you have
It's
to
on
do.
there.
Episode whatever. Like here you go. Send them the link.
Yeah.
Perfect. Tell us what you think. Like, subscribe. That's what I want for Christmas. All right. So mine's all over the place, guys. It's crazy. So the first thing that always comes to mind when someone asks, "What do you want for Christmas?" I always respond with tools. It's like an instinctive, like I don't even like think about it. Just have
Yep.
it. Like I want tools. What kind of any? Just throw them my way.
Yeah.
Just a big box of wrenches. I'm happy. I love tools. I'm weird like that, I guess. But specifically, like new ratchets and sockets just sound amazing because I'm weird. Wrenches and maybe like a cool tool bench area and a toolbox to lock them up in. Like, now that we've got this newer house, I would love to get all of that organized and just have a place where I can go in the garage and, that's almost like an escape sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, work on stuff with your hands, and so I would definitely love something like that. This is the big item, which I know is probably not going to happen, but this is a wish list, right?
That's
Right.
right.
It's just a wish list.
Exactly.
So we don't actually have a Switch. We got one when it first came out. We didn't really play it much, so we ended up getting rid of it. But
shameful.
yeah, and of course the kids didn't. They were too young when it came out. They couldn't play games.
Didn't. Yeah.
My daughter's getting to the point now where she really can start figuring stuff out. Like she got on Minecraft. She of course can't do much. She's like, help me. But I feel like with a Switch,
Yep.
maybe a little bit easier for her to kind of get into and start playing around a little bit and seeing, a lot of family friendly games. And she loves watching me play, and she loves, the Nintendo characters. She already knows who Mario is. She knows who, all the Pokemon are. She's all about that. And they actually came out this year with a new Switch, the OLED version.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Which looks really nice, very
does.
pretty. All the reviews have been great, and you
Very
can't
pretty.
find them anywhere because they're
Of
already
course.
sold out.
They're sold out.
So from the very beginning, but that's on my list. Not expecting it, but even thinking about, I knew there was a new Pokemon game coming out, and that was what the main thing was. Like, hey, I know I've probably missed Animal Crossing, but I
Can't
also
miss
missed
Pokemon.
the newer Pokemon that I heard
Yeah.
you review
Oh,
recently.
man, it's so good. Too.
And all it made me want to do was play it because I
Yep.
love Pokemon, huge fan. But that's like, there's a new one coming out. It's January, okay, but I can wait, right? Like we can do this, so I'm excited about that. Another one that's kind of more for the house, like a leaf blower. You think when you get older you want all these boring things, but man, it would be great. We have these 2 giant pine trees in our yard, and it was a crazy day today. Wind blew everywhere. Our entire house is just covered in pine needles everywhere.
Yeah.
And I just raked our yard last week.
I was
and
gonna say it only
mowing.
sounds
Yeah.
boring until you spend an hour
Until you
raking,
spend
and
a
you're like,
freaking
I
hour.
want a leaf blower.
Yeah, I need a leaf blower now. Stat, right?
And as you know, as a tired dad who doesn't have time, you don't have time to rake again. And
Exactly.
oddly enough,
exactly.
I was at Lowe's today and I had a leaf blower in my hand, like ready to
That
buy
close.
it,
I'm
and I
getting
was
this.
like, you know what? I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait because
Well, as soon as I but there's so many. Even our neighbor has one. She'll bring it up sometimes and just like, what do you? Thanks. Okay, I need one of these. Great. So That's what got me thinking about it.
Yeah.
Something I've always wanted to do, and I've been waiting for quality, price, and it's still, it almost like it went backwards. Like, you know, new technologies, things improve, things change, things shift. And that's like 3D printing. I've always wanted to get into it. I've looked into it a lot, extensively, for the last 7 years. I've been following trends and following brands, and even as someone who's never actually even gotten to use one of the things, I still look up news about it all the time, which is weird, but I would love to, not for anything other than just for fun. I'm a nerd, I like to geek out. I would love to create things, create toys, create models of things I like. Yeah. And not only that, but I've seen uses for it, like things around the house and creating things like for repair jobs. Like, I would love to mess with something like that. And they have huge ones and small, all kinds of different sizes. Yep. So even starting out with something kind of small, like the little guys, and, you know, $150. They got some that are really cheap now. Of course, quality and all that stuff you got to watch out for. But and fun enough, I wanted a medieval crossbow. No, I'm kidding. I wrote that down just for you. I didn't actually have that on. I don't want a new. I want a medieval one. Though.
Not a new one. No. Specifically, Matt wants a medieval.
Yeah, I wouldn't actually fire it. Just you know, put it on a shelf somewhere. And
going back to your last item,
yes.
This is not going to mean much to most of our listeners, but I think, don't hold me to it, I think the library
they do.
Has a 3D printer.
They actually do. A lot of them have been doing that, so maybe in your local area, but the one in our county actually put a lot of money into this whole nice creative area where you can do music recording, you can do 3D printing, and I think you just pay for supplies, and it's other than that, it's free. Yep. So I had looked into that at one point, and then, like, seriously, as I was on my way to do that, COVID hit, and they shut down for like months.
Oh,
And I'm sure they're open now, but I haven't been back, and of course now I'm actually in a different county over. But still, I know that they do that. But also, I don't know if it matters to tell where we're near. We're in Kentucky. We're near Central. We're in Lexington, right? So they actually have a place called like Maker's Space, and it's in Lexington downtown. It's really cool. You just pay a certain amount of money for every. It's like a membership, and you go and they have all these things and all these classes and all this stuff, and it's almost like. It's not even like necessarily super professionals. It's just a bunch of artists who come together and share ideas collectively. And like, hey, have you done this? Have you tried this? And you can train on the machines, and then you can use them, and you can do all kinds of.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So again, if you know, at the time, like I would love that. So I've always wanted to get into it, just haven't. As a tech guy, something I also would love to see is I don't know how much you guys use, you know, streaming services. Most of the days, everything is built in now. You buy a TV with it.
Yep.
But Amazon has a new one out, the Amazon 4K Fire Stick, that also is Wi-Fi 6 compatible. Which again may mean something to some and nothing to other people.
Yeah, you're talking over my head at this point.
So Wi-Fi 6 is a newer technology, like 2019, somewhere around there, but much faster speeds over wireless. Okay. And this is actually compatible with that. So can produce 4K, you know, over wireless, which is crazy.
Dang.
So if you guys are actually into that high def, if you're, you know, a TV nerd and love to see that, they do offer that. And of course, Amazon's the best in business. Like, I don't know if you guys use Roku or what you're using at your houses, or, you know, now even like our TV has Amazon Fire built into it, which a lot of them do. But this is a great product. I actually use it at work a lot with some of the things that we do.
Fire Stick is what we use.
So yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's Fire Stick. Yeah.
I don't have that fancy one you're talking about though.
Just came out, but it's like $40, like it's like $10 more than the standard one.
Yeah.
Again,
the
you gotta have you gotta have like a 4K TV. You gotta have all this other stuff.
That's
but
really
if you
cool.
bought like a router in the past 2 years, it's probably going to be compatible anyway. But just another great gift idea for you guys out there too. If you're out there shopping and you know someone's looking at one, or maybe they've got an old Roku too from like 10 years ago and it's time to upgrade.
That's really cool.
Great option for that, and it's still compatible even if you don't have a 4K, and even if you don't have Wi-Fi 6, you can still use it as a regular stick. But it can do the newer, nicer stuff too. So it's kind of a cool thing, and you know something that's not going to break the bank either. So I wrote a lot down, guys. I'm trying to keep it short and sweet here. Two more things, then I'll just do the two that I have. One thing, as holidays have gone on and my kids are getting older, I miss having like physical media to show them movies. Like, this is funny, but I remember thinking, like, when my kids want to start watching these movies, I want them to see Jingle All the Way. Of all movies, I want a Turbo Man doll. You know, like, I loved that one as a kid.
Yeah.
And I remember it was last year, 2 years ago, maybe for the last 2 or 3 years. I couldn't find it anywhere on streaming, and if I did, it was on Amazon. It was $30. I'm like, this movie's not a $30 movie, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, maybe I just need to find it somewhere physical and start getting the physical media. But this year on Disney Plus, I'm plugging Disney Plus because I have it. But another great gift for family and friends out there is a subscription to Disney Plus. They have added a lot of great Christmas movies. And I didn't even know that Jingle All the Way was a Disney product. It may not be. They may have been partnered with Fox because
Yeah,
it
it
was
was probably
Fox.
Fox.
Yes.
And so they've added a
Scooped it up.
lot
Yeah.
of great holiday classics this year that have just made me so happy. Like, I'm a person who waits till Thanksgiving before I start Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't ever do it before. It has to be like, but day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, all bets are off. Everything, Christmas trees up,
Oh
everything
yeah,
goes
that's
up.
the day you put your Christmas tree
you
up.
vomit
Absolutely.
Christmas. Like, it's time to go. I'm
Yes.
ready, right? So I want to do it
100%.
now, but I'm having to stop. Like, oh, these great movies are out. So another great gift for you guys if you do have those, friends and family that don't have a subscription yet to Disney Plus. I think they actually have those cards too, where you can buy it.
Yeah.
Like they can add time and that kind of stuff.
So you're gonna watch Jingle All the Way with
Oh my gosh,
your
am I?
boiled custard?
Yeah, I'm gonna boiled custard, the whole thing, and my PJs and my little bare feet and everything else.
Yes.
We're gonna
Boom.
rock it.
So I'm gonna give
My
the
kids are
drawback.
gonna hate it.
I'm gonna give the drawback to Disney Plus,
Yes.
and that is that they are trying to remake Home Alone.
I've seen this.
That
I've
looks
seen,
so bad.
like,
Sorry, Disney.
yeah.
I
That
don't
is
wanna
not
talk. That looks
okay.
bad.
Well, they've already tried it with so many other. Like, why keep trying?
Like that is not
The-
okay.
Leave Home Alone
See,
alone.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
classic,
Home
and
Alone
it's
is
ageless.
Home Alone.
Like
Yeah,
it,
it
really
is.
is.
It's
You
done.
can watch you can show your kids now the first one, and they'll get it.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
It is like you don't need to remake that movie.
Right.
You can't remake that movie. Like I get it. Like it's a great property. You want to own it. You want to build profit off of it. I understand.
No.
Stop.
No.
It's just a popular thing, man. You can't come up with new ideas. You got to recreate
That's
everything.
right.
But some things you can touch, and some things are almost like sacred cows, right? Like
Yeah.
you can't mess with
So
Home Alone.
sorry. That's my
That's a
my
great
caveat.
point. Great
That's my
point.
caveat to Disney Plus.
That is
It's
a
like if
very
you don't
good
want to
point.
support that,
But I do want to support all the amazing things they're doing with Marvel and everything
and,
else.
and
So,
Star Wars
hey,
and
Yeah.
the Mandalorian
Star Wars,
and
yes.
Boba Fett, yeah.
Yes.
No,
I
Disney
can't
Plus
wait for
is
the
great.
new Mandalorian. It's too.
I still haven't watched it.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
I was hoping
What are
I
you
would get a good
doing?
reaction.
What are you doing? Isn't it like
Well,
2 seasons? Right?
I've heard
Like,
it's
Yeah.
so good. I've heard
Yeah.
great things.
But-
I have not heard one bad thing about
No,
it.
No,
no,
Everyone
granted,
says-
this
all
is-
fantastic.
This is also the man who didn't see Star Wars until when?
Okay.
Let's do the math here. My father-in-law was the one who introduced me to it. So I've been married for 12 years. So yeah, 12 years ago. 10 years
Wow.
ago. Something like
I
that.
was playing Luke Skywalker in kindergarten in like 1990. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
everyone else is playing Ninja Turtles. I'm like, oh, I got a lightsaber.
Had
Yeah.
never seen them.
What
My
is Star
my
Wars?
only exposure to Star Wars was when we were kids. We had the Pod Racer N64 game.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
that was
So
my
one
only
podcast,
exposure prior to
Oh, so
meeting
you
my
just
wife.
you just added another to my list now. So I've got 2 more now.
There you go.
Yeah, I got to stop adding 2. So I'm going to do this one next because you just said that. It's not necessarily the same thing, but something I've always wanted. So I haven't gone too far into this, but for my job, I do a lot of work in like family fun stuff. So like arcade stuff. I work with arcades and all kinds of things like that. And I love arcade games. I always have. And there's one specific model of a game called Dance Dance Revolution that I absolutely love. And it's the 8th Mix Extreme Mix. And you can find them used for a pretty good price right now. And I know my wife would probably kill me, but I would just love to see one of those in my garage.
That would be
Just-
I
pretty
would
awesome.
go to town
Yeah,
on
that would be
that
pretty
bad
awesome.
boy.
I-
Like I would lose so much weight. Like
Yeah.
I would be playing
Don't
it.
call it an arcade game. Call
It's
it
a
like
fitness
a treadmill or
It's
a workout
exactly what it
machine.
is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
I never got into DDR. But
Oh
like,
man!
if
And someone
you
who
had,
can fix it, like, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It'd
if
be
you
great.
had it
So-
in, if you had it in your garage, I'd totally be over there.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, here's the thing. I could even do it with like a projector and some. You can buy like just the steel pads. Like I had that at one point in my life. So we could probably just set up our own without having them. But there's something about the machine though. Like
Yeah.
it brings back memories. It's
They are
nostalgia.
cool. Yeah.
It's
Yep.
you know.
Absolutely.
That was from my days when I actually got to manage an arcade early, like at a high school. Like I was there every day, even on my days off, just playing all the games and hanging out with people, and it was just a great memory. So, and the only other thing I have on here, and it's like a really cool one. It's the Oculus Quest 2.
Yes.
I was
So-
surprised to not hear that one.
I don't know if you guys
no,
have
I've
played
heard-
with that much, but what an amazing system. Facebook has done a lot with it since they took it over.
Yeah.
But, with VR, it's kind of like 3D printing. There's so many people in that space,
Yep.
and no one knows yet who's
Yeah.
going to come on top. Oculus is killing it. They're one of the best that you can get. No wires, and the graphics quality is unbelievable. And even in my industry, they're starting to use that more and more, trying to come up with like turnkey solutions and things like that. It's an amazing piece of technology.
Well, yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, with you've got at the place where you're at, you've got the that system that they've got that's
Yes.
got the the 4-player thing, which is just like you get on it's absolutely phenomenal. Like being able to
That'd
like,
blow you away.
yeah,
Absolutely.
it's so cool.
And
I
then
don't
this
think-
one's
I
even
don't think I
nicer
played
than
that
that
one.
one. So like that uses a different headset. That's the Vive Pros.
The Vive, yeah.
Which even those are out of date now. Like
Yeah.
there's a newer Vive that came out too. That's the super like people have money and the super tech nerds are probably going with the newer Vive stuff. But the Oculus 2 is a lot more like I can just buy this. I can
User-friendly
take it out of the
and-
box.
yeah.
It makes so much more sense. I don't need more with it.
Yeah,
So
no,
it's
I
a
was
great
actually
product.
That's actually should be on the Oculus should be on my list as well, because that was definitely like there was like a week ago. I think I texted Ryan. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting like I'm like
You were.
I'm
You were on
looking-
the fence.
I'm looking at this thing right now.
It's
and I've
amazing.
got the
It's
money, like,
amazing.
and I could
Yeah,
do
that's
it.
right.
If you haven't tried it out, go try one out. They are incredible. They
I really
are.
just wanted to play Beat Saber.
Yeah.
Like that's really all I want. Like I just want to play Beat Saber.
That's a
because-
workout too, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's a great game.
But anyway.
We actually have a version of that at work, so you have to come try that.
Oh
out,
no,
too.
I have to come try that now. All right.
So.
Well, that is the Dead Tired Dad's Christmas wish list. So now you know what we all want for Christmas. So go buy things for us. Thank you. And
My
really,
address is no.
really, what we really want is for you to like, subscribe, and leave a review.
That's all
for
we
us.
want for Christmas.
Yep.
That's it.
It's at the top of our list.
That really is for you guys. We thank you so much for listening. If you wouldn't mind doing those things for us, that'd be great. We'll catch you next time on the next episode of Dead Tired Dads podcast next week. Bye.
Bye,
See you
everybody.
guys, be safe out there. Don't hurt anybody. Take care of each other.
No moshing. No moshing.
No mosh.
No.